Hi, I'm Bia, and I'm head of customer service at Everyday Dose. We've been with Dose for 4 years, managing customer service together. I'm Kat. Like Bia mentioned, I've been working for Everyday Dose for a long time. Everyday Dose is a CPG company that sells functional coffee. We have a subscription model, so our customer service is very prevalent, and we need a lot of help. In terms of like volume and impact, Siena is roughly contributing the same as our human team. So if we didn't have Siena, we'll have to basically double the human team that we have. So it's a huge thing. And if you know anything about managing people, that's the most difficult part. Like managing one AI agent, not that it's easy, but it's way easier than you have one person managing Siena. Because for each agent that you hire, you need a manager to manage them, and then an HR person to manage them, and a manager of the manager of the manager. So we felt like at a certain point we were kind of becoming people managers, and that's not our focus as heads of CS. So Siena came to bring back that time that we needed, and also focus on the smaller human team that we want to build and the culture that we want to build with that. So we look CSAT score, and actually Siena has our AI agent is called Rose. Rose has the highest CSAT score out of all our agents, which is very interesting given that she handles the most inquiries. And on a monthly basis, weekly basis, really, we track first response time, resolution time, obviously CSAT. Siena has allowed us to stay in the top 5% of merchants in terms of first response time and resolution time. So those are, I would say, CSAT, FRT, and RT would be the main metrics, and we're beating them every month. So because we're a subscription company, obviously we get a lot of inquiries about managing the subscription, orders. So Siena has the capability of editing the customer subscription, canceling, skipping, swapping products. So that's probably the biggest use case. And of course, like, where is my order inquiries is huge. And because Siena can send tracking links and see the status of those links, it's really easy for customers to get a reply super fast or order is and get resolution on that. Siena does handle a lot of complex inquiries, but something important that it does is it handles more of those like one-touch quick inquiries. So it releases our team to focus on more high-value interactions, and that has been very hopeful. The agents will always handle tickets. If I think we would, maybe their volume would have to be much higher, and that's not the culture that we want to create it on our team. Yeah, we have like a fair KPI, and that's very important for us. And I think what we said a few minutes ago about not being a hiring machine has allowed us to focus a lot of time on other CS things, because the size that we grew so fast that by this time we would have like hundreds of agents possible if we were hiring every single month. I can't imagine, like, hiring takes a long, it's very, besides being obviously expensive, it takes up a lot of time for everyone in our team, not only us, but our team leaders and recruiters, team leaders, HR, trainers. So if we had to hire every month, there's a lot of investment there. So just the fact that we don't hire as often with Siena, because Siena is taking on that volume, it's already releasing much time for us to focus and our team to focus on everything else that is important. Right now that we've been playing with Ask Siena, it has been very, very interesting, and we're very excited about the tool. Obviously, Siena sometimes will, like, maybe the tone is kind of off or something was not said or mentioned, and I'm like, why did you say this? And it just gives me like the whole breakdown. Yeah, I feel like I don't need to contact support. Oh yeah, definitely. Like we don't. The Siena team does not hear from us as often now with that feature, and we're much more independent on finding issues and improving the AI, which is like daily thing that we do. I also did this the most recent thing we implemented with Siena, which was the Yotpo reviews. It was also a channel that it's kind of just like volume is crazy, and we would have to allocate staff to just approving reviews, which it's not that it's a silly task, but it's just like not the best use of anyone's time. Having Siena approve and reject reviews based on our own prompts, it's just like automate is what we want to do, and I've been hoping for that feature, and I'm really glad that it's out.
I would definitely say the troubleshoot, I'm sure it's called troubleshoot tool, that it just tells you like what's
my debugging agent.
Yes, the debugging agent. Like I feel like a detective whenever I'm doing it. Like obviously Siena sometimes will like maybe the tone is kind of off or something was not said or mentioned, and I'm like, why did you say this? And it just gives me like the whole breakdown. Currently our QA process is fully manual, and we only QA a small percentage of tickets. So with QA 100%, we'll be able to and raise those red flags, coach our agents better, find those gaps in training, and just like improve our team.
So the last time I used it actually was to build this report for our product team about confusion with our naming convention of our creamer. So we had this hunch that people were confused about the creamer naming convention, but we couldn't prove it. I've been trying to prove it for months and I just couldn't get enough feedback to actually build it.
And like our agents were like, mention this exists.
They kept bringing it up and I was like, send me examples. They would send examples, but still it wasn't substantial enough to share. And when we got access to Ask Siena, I was like, build me a report on this. Something that took me months to build a case on and I failed. It took me, I think 3 minutes, and I got it to our product team's desk and it was approved that now something is being done about it, packaging and just a name on the website. It was so easy. And yeah, it's just really cool to be able to finally grasp this feedback and do something meaningful with, because it's out there. We just couldn't do anything about it.
And I feel like in CS, you get so much information, but what's hard is actually like getting something that can be presented to executives. Like, obviously
the business,
we see something and we're like, we know, and we're just grabbing onto this information. Like, we know this is happening, but how do I actually show it to someone else that has never seen this before? So for us, like, that's really powerful because we get everything and we see everything, but how we actually share.
And now we feel like our feedback can actually drive business decisions and it shows impact